But to say, I'm gonna put my life on hold. I'm not gonna buy a home because it's expensive. I'm not gonna do a mortgage because it's expensive. I'm not gonna buy eggs and feed my family because it's expensive. Good evening, everyone. This is Terry Kashan with Connect Loans. And tonight, I'm gonna talk to you about to buy or not to buy. When is the right time to buy a home for your family? So, number one, right now is the most expensive interest rates have been, the highest interest rates have been in at least 14 years. The stats are about 20 years. Home prices are the highest they've been, even when compared to 2005 to 2008. Home rent, to rent a house, is also going up with the price of interest rates, with the price of homes. Cost of life, inflation, is the highest it's been in many, many years. So everyone was gonna say, hey, right now is not a good time to buy. Right now is not a good time to spend your money. That's what everyone's gonna say. But my question to you is, and even though that advice is true, no one should be being lavish when you don't have the extra cash. But my question for you is, for you to ask yourself, what's your alternative? You see, you've heard me in previous videos saying, buy a home when you're going through a life milestone, getting married, having kids and or a growing family. You know, you're elder and now you're ready to downsize. You want to buy a home over there for your business. You want to buy a home over there for an investment property. You're moving to another state. Life milestones, they happen. Whether you like it or not, the milestones are going to be happening. So what's your alternative? You know, you're going to rent at a high price, or you could be very old school and go live with your family, which I'm not against. It's a great way to save money. But what's the alternative? Are you and your spouse, your family, going to go live and bunk in with the rest of your family temporarily? If the answer is no to that, then you got to rent. And the only time I'm going to co-sign on renting is when you are starting off. Maybe you rent for 1 or 2 years to figure things out, get an idea of how expensive life is actually going to be for you now that you are married, now that you are having kids. How expensive is it? What is my real budget? I think a lot of people don't realize until they're in it, then go and buy a home. But to say, I'm going to put my life on hold. I'm not going to buy a home because it's expensive. I'm not going to do a mortgage because it's expensive. I'm not going to buy eggs and feed my family because it's expensive. I'm not going to buy milk because it's expensive. I'm not going to make an Iraqi salad because it's expensive. Point I'm making here is life must go on, and you are going through life milestones, and you need to buy whether you like it or not. So again, ask yourself the question, you and your spouse, what is the alternative? Is it better to spend money in high rent and let the money disappear and vaporize? Or is it better to spend that same high expensive money at least towards home ownership, which at one point, once you sell your home, or if you never sell your home, you get that money back in the form of equity or from sales proceeds when you actually sell your home. So my advice to you is to make the purchase to own instead of rent. And if you want to see what those numbers look like, touch down with Connect Loans. We'll run the scenario so you can see what it's going to cost. And I will advise, the only time is when you're initially getting married or just now starting to have your first kid to see how expensive things are going to be. Yeah, I would advise renting in that case. But beyond that, you got to buy a home. Stop throwing your money away. You got to buy a home. What is the alternative? We'll talk to you soon.